why your workout isn't working anymore. You're showing up, sweating hard, and somehow your body stopped listening like it's bored of you. You are repeating the same perfect routine that quietly expired months ago, and no one told you. The uncomfortable truth? Your discipline isn't broken. Your stimulus is outdated, and what fixes it feels almost wrong at first. Welcome to Dryfinity, where we give straight shooting advice on attraction, style, and living well as a man. You're not here because you lack effort. You're here because something stopped responding. And that's frustrating in a very specific way. The kind where you finish a workout, look in the mirror, and quietly think, that used to work. This video will expose 4 overlooked reasons your workout stopped working. Not surface-level advice, not recycled tips, but the actual shifts that separate motion from progress. And there's a bonus point waiting for you at the end that changes how you see results entirely. Most men miss it, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. The last point is the one most men never realize, and it explains everything. Point 1. Your body adapted to your routine. Most men fall into this without realizing it. You find a routine that works, it feels good, it gives you results, so you lock it in. Same exercises, same weights, same order, week after week, month after month. It feels disciplined, it feels right, but quietly it stops working. You are mistaking consistency for progress, and those are not the same thing. Consistency keeps you showing up. Progress requires change. It's like rewatching the same movie every night, expecting a different ending. At some point, your body already knows the script. Every rep, every set, it's predictable. And once your body predicts it, it stops adapting to it. Here's the part most men don't consider. Your body is designed to survive, not impress. The moment it figures out how to do something efficiently, it does exactly that. Uses less energy, recruits less effort, and gives you less return. Adaptation sounds like a win, until you realize it's the reason nothing is changing anymore. So, what to do instead? You don't need to overhaul everything. You need to outsmart your own pattern. Progressive overload is not just about adding more weight. That's the obvious part, and your body adapts to that quickly. Instead, adjust the details most men ignore. Slow down your tempo, reduce your rest time, change your angles. A simple shift, like lowering the weight slower on a bench press, can turn a familiar exercise into something your body struggles with again. Now, it has to adapt. There's a concept called the adaptation curve. At first, progress is fast because everything is new. Then it slows, not because you're failing, but because nothing is changing anymore. Small, intelligent adjustments beat extreme changes every time. But here's where it gets interesting. Even men who change their workouts still find themselves stuck, which means the problem goes deeper than just your routine. Point 2. You're training, but not progressing. Most men are working out, but very few are actually progressing. You go in, you lift, you sweat, you leave, and nothing gets written down, nothing gets measured, nothing gets improved on intentionally. It feels productive in the moment, but over time it becomes maintenance without you realizing it. You are relying on feeling instead of data. If it feels hard, you assume it's working. If you're sweating, you assume progress is happening. But effort can stay high while output stays exactly the same. It's like running a business and never checking the numbers. You're busy every day, you're putting in the hours, but you have no idea if you're growing or just surviving. And your body works the same way. It doesn't respond to how intense something feels. It responds to what actually changes. Measurable challenge is what forces adaptation, not emotion, not guesswork. So, what to do instead? Start tracking like it matters, because it does. Your reps, your weights, your rest time. Give your body a clear instruction. Do more or do it better. Progression can be simple. 1 more rep than last time, a small increase in weight, slower, more controlled movement. These are signals your body understands. These are signals it responds to. Introduce performance markers. Strength going up, control improving, endurance increasing. The mirror will follow, but it's always delayed. Sweating more doesn't mean progressing. It just means you're hydrated enough to suffer. There's a reason progressive overload is the most proven driver of muscle growth. It works because it's measurable, repeatable, and honest. But even when your training is structured perfectly, there's something most men overlook completely, and it quietly cancels out everything you just did. Point 3. Recovery is limiting your results. Most men take pride in how hard they train, but treat recovery like it's optional. You push through workouts, stay consistent, show discipline, but sleep becomes irregular, stress builds quietly, and nutrition sits in that close enough category. It feels manageable until progress disappears. You're doing the work, but you're not giving your body the conditions to respond to it. Here's the part that changes everything. Muscles don't grow in the gym, they grow after. The gym is the signal. Recovery is the response. And if that response is weak, the result will be weak, no matter how hard you trained. So what happens instead? You start stacking fatigue instead of progress. Every workout adds stress, but nothing fully resets. Over time, your body stops adapting, not because it can't, but because it doesn't have the resources to. It's like charging your phone halfway and expecting it to last the entire day. It might hold on for a while, but eventually it just gives up when you need it most. So, what to do instead? Treat recovery like part of the program, not something you fit in if there's time. Sleep becomes non-negotiable. 7 to 8 hours, consistent timing, not random recovery on weekends. Nutrition needs structure. Protein aligned with your body weight, not guessed. Your body needs building blocks, not just calories. And rest days? They're not a step back. They're where the actual progress locks in. There's also something subtle happening in the background. Stress, work pressure, responsibilities, things that don't switch off when you leave the gym. That stress raises cortisol, and cortisol quietly interferes with recovery. Not dramatically, just enough to slow everything down. And here's where it gets interesting. Even if your training is structured and your recovery is solid, you can still feel stuck, which means the issue might not be effort or recovery at all, but direction. Point 4. Your goals and your plan don't match. Most men don't have a discipline problem, they have a direction problem. You say you want to lose fat, but your training looks like you're trying to build size. Or you want strength, but your workouts feel more like endurance sessions. And without noticing, you start mixing routines from different sources. This video, that program, something you saw last month, and it all blends into confusion. It feels like you're doing more, but you're actually moving in circles. Confusion creates a very specific kind of stagnation. Not obvious failure, just slow, quiet, frustrating lack of progress. The kind that makes you question if anything works anymore. It's like driving fast in the wrong direction. Speed isn't the issue, effort isn't the issue, but the outcome stays wrong no matter how hard you push. So what to do instead? You simplify. You choose one primary goal at a time. Fat loss, muscle gain, or strength, not all three at once. Your body responds best when the signal is clear, not mixed. Then you align everything behind that goal. Your training style, your reps, your rest periods, even your nutrition. Everything starts pointing in the same direction. That's when progress feels smooth again. There's a principle behind this: specificity. Your body adapts specifically to what you ask it to do. If the signal is strength, it builds strength. If the signal is endurance, it builds endurance. But if the signal is unclear, it adapts slowly or not at all. You've seen this play out. Someone doing light weights for high reps, expecting to get stronger. Effort is there, time is invested, but the result doesn't match the expectation. And here's where it gets deeper. Even when your training is aligned, your recovery is solid, and your routine is optimized, most men still hit a wall at some point. And the reason for that is the one almost nobody talks about. If you've ever felt stuck despite doing everything right, type reset in the comments. Not for me, for you. It's a small signal that you're paying attention, that you're not just going through the motions anymore. You're the kind of man who adjusts, refines, and moves forward with intention. And if you're still here, that tells me something about you. You don't quit halfway. You stay, you listen, you apply. So let's go one level deeper, because this next point is where things finally start to make sense. Bonus point: you've outgrown beginner gains. First, I want to thank you for sticking with this video all the way through. The fact that you're still here tells me something important. You're serious. You're part of the real community, the men who show up, absorb, and apply. That alone deserves recognition. Now, most men make a simple mistake. They expect the same rapid results they got when they first started. Early gains came fast, so they assume progress should always be that dramatic. When it slows, frustration sets in, and motivation dips. Here's the truth. Beginner gains are fast, but temporary. Your body initially adapts quickly because your nervous system is learning to fire muscles efficiently. That's the neurological phase, and it's impressive, but it can't last forever. So, what to do instead? Shift your mindset from chasing rapid change to mastering refined progress. Focus on small improvements, slightly more strength, better control, more consistent form. Every subtle gain compounds over time, and those refinements are what create lasting results. Think of it like learning a skill. At first, progress is explosive. You can feel it every session. But as you advance, mastery slows. That doesn't mean you're stuck. It means you've moved beyond beginner gains, and real, sustainable growth begins here. You're not failing. You're not stagnant. You've advanced, and now it's time to play the long game with precision and patience. Let's quickly recap everything we've covered. Point 1, your body adapted to your routine. Point 2, you're training but not progressing. Point 3, recovery is limiting your results. Point 4, your goals and your plan don't match. And the bonus point, you've outgrown beginner gains. Here's the takeaway. It's not about working harder or pushing longer. Effort alone isn't enough. Real results come from strategy, knowing what to change, when to change it, and how to guide your body to respond. Apply these principles, and what felt stuck will start moving again. Progress isn't accidental. It's designed, precise, and fully within your control. If you found this video useful, like it to support our growth and help it reach more men who need this clarity. Subscribe to the channel for daily content like this, and share it with someone you know who could benefit from seeing it. Thank you sincerely for watching all the way through. We truly appreciate your time and commitment to improving yourself. There's also a recommended video on your screen right now that continues this conversation. Go ahead and check it out next. We'll see you back soon.